Okay, so I'm going to start by priming my face, and I'm going to use my Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer, and this is what it looks like here. So like I said in one of my videos a while ago, this primer is for extremely oily skin. Like sometimes I feel like even oilier than mine, but it does get the job done. I do only put it like in my T-zone area, so really just my nose and right here on my cheeks, and then above my lip I get pretty oily, and then a little bit on my forehead. But I don't do my whole face with this because then my foundation will look like super cakey. Okay, so normally by this point I will already have on my eyeshadow, but I'm not going to wear any eyeshadow for this video, so we're just going to jump right into foundation. So the foundation I'm going to use should be no surprise to anyone. It's going to be my Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation. So I'm just going to take it and put it on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to apply a couple dots all around my face before we start blending it out. I just really like this foundation. I feel like the finish of this is better than any other foundation I've ever had. And you guys know when I first started my channel, I was like ride or die for the Becca foundation. I still like that one, but I like this one better. I feel like that one, after a while, after having it for so long, I think it started to look like gray on me. So I still like the finish of that one though, but this has been my baby. So I'm just going to take my my beauty blender and blend this in. And since I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I'm just going to tap it over my eyelids too. And if you guys are looking at my hair, this is like a, I want to say 6-day-old wash and go. Today is wash day, but I figured I'd get this video up first. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have tried a new gel that I have been really liking. So I'm going to do a video all about that too. Okay, so this is the foundation all blended out. Like I said, I love the finish of this foundation. I think it is just perfect. Like, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so now we're going to go into concealer. I am going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I did do a review on it, so if you guys would like to see that, I will link it up here on the screen somewhere. So I'm just going to put this under my eyes, on the sides of my nose, okay, and then to blend that out, I'm just going to take another beauty blender and just begin to tap this out. So this next step is something I have recently been doing. If you guys see my review for the Too Faced concealer, you guys know I like going in with this brush to blend out the edges of my concealer. It's not really necessary, but I just really like this brush. So any way I can use it, I'm going to use it. So this is the Morphe M335, and I just like to take this and just buff out the edges, especially around my nose, just to make sure it's nice and blended. I really could blend out the concealer with just this brush, but the beauty blender is a lot quicker. This brush is just bomb. Like I said in the video, you guys, if you guys don't have this brush, definitely go pick it up because this is bomb. And then this just helps bring the concealer like into this middle part. Then I just blend out my forehead. Okay, so I like to let that sit and marinate and everything before I go in with powder. And then to set my under eyes, I am going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. You guys know I love this stuff. I do want to buy the original, but this one has been great to me, and this is pretty pricey, so there's no point in me going out and buying another one. If I do, some days I do want a lighter powder, I will go in with my Patrick's powder. But normally for everyday use, I do use my Laura Mercier. And this is just a little 2-finger powder puff. I'm going to take this and set my under eyes. And I do go over my entire nose because my nose is just an oily mess. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just going to begin to buff that all off. And then for the rest of my face, I do use my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. I did just purchase the Makeup Forever Pro Finish Powder, but I haven't used it yet. So I want to give you guys the real like products that I've actually been using. You guys know I've been using this for a good year. So I'm going to take that and another Morphe brush. This is the Morphe Y3, I believe. Yes, no, sorry. This is the Morphe Y6 brush. And I just tap that up in there. And this powder isn't like full coverage or anything. I don't really need it for that. I like the smoothing factor of it. So okay, so now I'm going to get into my favorite part of my foundation routine, which is my bronzer. You guys know I do use the Morphe bronzer in Showmance. If I could marry this powder, okay? If I could marry it, I would. I'm going to go pick up a backup, only because if they discontinue this, or you know how Morphe sometimes they get rid of stuff and then it just be gone forever. Listen, my heart couldn't take it, okay? So I am going to go pick up another one of these. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques brush, and I just tap both sides. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to show you, okay, what this does to my face. I just love it. I do have a whole review about this too. I will link that below or on the screen for you guys. And you guys just see how it's just warming up my face. Like sometimes I do buy my foundations a little bit lighter, not really on purpose, but this, I can make any foundation work with this bronzer. And I don't swipe it across my forehead because I don't want to mess up my hair. I just swipe it across the cheeks. And you guys, do you guys see this bronzer? I know you see it. Listen, this was $12. Bomb, okay? Like forget all them other bronzers you've been using. You need to go pick this up. Like I don't know how, I can't explain it any better than that. I just love it, okay? I just love it. Okay, so next I wanted to go into blush, and for blush I'm going to use MAC Sweet as Cocoa. I have been really into this for, I want to say, the past like 4 months, 3-4 months. Yeah, about 4. No, I got this in Houston. Well, I got this in Houston. Oh, I got this in Houston. That was a while ago. I don't remember I went to Houston, but it was quite a long time ago, so maybe about 6 or 7 months. But I really like this. Shayla has me using this and I love it. So I just like to take this, and this works really good with the bronzer, and tap the excess off and then just... Okay, so this is when I will go in and apply my highlight. I do have other highlights that I like to use, but for some reason I just always go back to this one. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. It's funny because right after I purchased this, now it comes in like full pan of just the highlight, because I don't really do anything with this side because it's not bronzing me. But I like it. And you guys, I'm still using the same brush to highlight, which is my Morphe M501. And I just like to tap that in there and apply it. This one is more subtle than a couple of my other highlights, but it's still really cute. And I do like to highlight my forehead. If you're part of the big forehead gang, you might not like this part. I almost forgot, you guys. I have to snatch my nose. Listen, my face is not done without a snatch nose. Okay, so I have to get this nose together. I just use my Shea Moisture powder in the shade Sable, and I don't like cream contour my nose or anything. I just do a pretty subtle shading to my nose. And I like to apply some of the powder also under my lip. It makes my lips appear more pouty. And then I like to go over my nose contour with my powder brush, just to make sure everything is nice and blended and we have no harsh lines. And then to finish it off, I do, listen, this is a fave, okay? This is the Kat Von D Lock It Setting Mist. This one's almost empty, so I was like, VIB is going on, so I'm going to get me a backup. But listen, this is a fave, especially if you have oily skin. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look. All I did off camera was apply my lashes, my lips, and I put a little bit of that highlight in my inner corner. But yeah, you guys, that is my foundation routine. I finally feel like I have a routine that just works for me. Like, these products they just melt together, and I just feel like my skin looks nice and rich and healthy, and I don't look washed out. It just looks so bomb. Okay, and then my new lip, you guys know how I feel about my new lip. But yeah, you guys, thank you all so much for watching. If there is anything else you guys want to see on my channel, please let me know. And while you're here, you guys, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.